coast of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
You already know what time it is.
Oh, you didn't know?
50-50.
Welcome to the 50-50 Show with Pharaoh NFL and the Severe Raider, the realest show for Raider Nation.
The perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Make sure to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Man, hey, man, and we back, man. Severe Raider, myself, Pharaoh NFL, the 50-50 Show. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're going to have a great conversation today. I know it's after a loss, but I think we're going to call this the I Told Y'all Show. I think that today, you know what I mean? Like, you know, this is going to be the forget 50-50 for today. Just for today, we're just going to call it the I Told Y'all Show because some people had high expectations this season, and I feel like people are kind of coming back to reality. We'll have that conversation. Like that game, that was just an ugly way to lose. But you know, Geno Smith obviously he threw it away. That just simple as that. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in. We see y'all pulling up the night crew in the building. My guy Rick Rock in the building. Appreciate you coming through. My guy, man, appreciate you pulling up. We got Raider Way in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up. 831 Raider. Salute. Night crew in the building. Michael Smith says, is it too early to start a mock draft? I'm gonna wait till like Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Thanksgiving.
So you'll follow the Tom Brady path.
Just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait.
Man.
But I'm sure you should definitely be scouting QBs right now. You should be watching.
I've been looking at QB. Hey, I told you. You probably don't remember. I mentioned this kid, but I mentioned this kid named Dante Moore. That's
from
first
Oregon.
started. Yeah, I mentioned him like a while ago. And I was like,
right now,
man, if the Raiders, I was like, he's going to be coming out in like 2-3 years, man. The Raiders will be able to take him. He was like, the Raiders going to have a high pick. And we both laughed. And now look at us.
That's funny. That's funny. But you know what, though? If I think, I did see like a mock draft today, and I think he went number 1. So right now his hype is pretty high. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. You know how things can change like between now and like the draft. That's like a long way till draft time. But that's when the Raiders lose 3 straight and the way they're losing and everything that's going on with the team is happening. I know everybody's just like, you know what, it's gonna be one of them seasons. But it is what it is. We'll talk about it. My guy Raider Vic pulling up, man. Appreciate you coming through. Silver and Facts. Man, I like that name, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Egalitarian in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Egalitarian, what's going on?
My guy Raider Rundown in the building, man. Salute. Yeah, in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Dog, yeah.
We got everybody pulling up today, man. My guy Cheeto Linus in the building, man. Leo in the building.
Nice,
Appreciate
Leo.
you pulling up. Salute, man. We got the nation pulling up today, man. Raider Chris says, hopefully this comment don't get intercepted.
Yeah, joke. Yo.
That's funny, bro. Like, that deserves one of these, man. Man, that's good. That was a good one, man. Especially, I wish Gino was here to hear that, man. That might have stung a little bit for Gino. When it rains, definitely, bro.
Yeah,
when it rains, it definitely pours, man. My guy Sacktown in the building. LS in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling. LS, man, let us know how you did, man. Let us know how you did on the the weekly picks. I know you're keeping track.
Keeping track. And I know he did smooth.
I had a tough week. Not week 1 last year tough week, but like just.
Yeah, I had a pretty good week. I gotta stop picking the Raiders, man. Maybe if I stop picking them, they'll win. That worked before. Maybe I do it again, man.
Right. I did not think the Jets was. I didn't think the Dolphins was gonna win that game, but it is what it is.
I was the only one that got the Dolphins, but the Bengals did. Like I said, I'm about to start. I told y'all in the chat, I'm about to start treating the Bengals like the Panthers until Joe Burrow come back, bro.
Yeah. My guy Mark in the building says he got a special service announcement. He says, "Clack in, subscribe, hit the bell for future shows." Yeah, man, it's really that simple, man. It's really that simple. They told me 10 wins in playoffs. Who did? Who said 10 wins in playoffs, man? Oh, you talking about Pete? Yeah, definitely.
A lot of
Pete,
people said that. Look,
but Coach always he was.
Coach been keeping it real.
He been keeping it real every show. Like, why are y'all even paying attention? Y'all tapping out on the season?
we can't, Coach. We can't, man.
That's funny. SoCal, Sal in the building, man. My guy, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Raider Vic says, "Old man Pete has failed to prepare this team during the first 4 weeks."
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't want to go that far. I won't go that far. I do. For me, it's not even about being prepared. It's just like they're just not good enough. Like, it comes down to like that. That's the elephant in the room. Everybody's trying to say, "Oh, they need to find some type." Like, no, it's just bottom line is that they haven't been good enough in order to win games. The last 3 games, the last game I felt like they were good enough to win. But, the most important position on the football field failed to show up. So, and that's Geno Smith. My guy, just another DJ in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up. My guy, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. He's dying laughing. I know Jeanty got severe feeling some kind of way. Hey, we'll talk about it, man. Well, that's going to be a cool conversation day.
Nah, man, why would I be mad? It's like, people are like, oh, I didn't want him there. Like I want every player on this team to play good. I mean,
Right.
it's,
Right.
except Tommy
Raider,
Hackenberg. I don't want
it's
him.
the Eichberg, yeah. I mean, Well, I think he have he had a penalty last
Yeah,
game
penalty.
too.
Yeah, it's
But
bum.
that's the only time.
Time
That's the only
name call out is a penalty.
That's the only time I noticed him.
Get your boy, coach.
Who's the QB? We on the clock. I mean, you heard Severe said his guy Dante Moore. I don't know if I don't even know if they would pull the trigger. You think they would pull the trigger on? I just feel like if Tom Brady is in that decision, if he's gonna be in the building and he's gonna be valued, I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be that dude from LSU, bro. It's gonna be him, man.
I didn't want to say I was going to.
It's gonna be some. It's gonna be some hella.
Tom Brady.
I don't want to be negative. But it just Tom Brady kind of scares me too.
He's gonna go to the combine with the brown paper bag. Let's leave it like that. Let's go to the combine. He'll be evaluating quarterbacks with a brown paper bag. Let's leave it at that.
Salute, man. Salute to everybody pulling up, man. Let's just get into the conversation. We see y'all pulling up. My guy D's on the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. We got Myra in the building. Appreciate you. We got the Bay Area in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Man, let's get into it, man. I know everybody's seen that game. That was a heartbreaking way to lose the game on Sunday. But Jeanty had his breakout game. I felt like, what did I tell you? I said, hey, look, I said, I knew it was going to happen. They got blown out on the road. The team that they played had 10 days rest, 10 days to prepare with a game plan, and it looked like it. And it looked like all those missed tackles against the Commanders. I'm like, bro, this is not what they've showed all season. We could talk about the offensive line. We could talk about the offense kind of not been where we thought it was going to be with Chip Kelly. But the defense, the way they was playing, I just feel like that was not going to happen. And guess what? Defense showed up. Defense showed up for the majority of the game. But hey, at some point, something got to give. If like literally the Bears probably shouldn't even have a point. The way their offense was moving against the Raiders defense, if they didn't start in like literally Raiders territory, like field goal range, pretty much. Yeah. For the majority of the game, they were starting like literally in field goal range. I think it was like the first five series. It felt like something like that. It was like,
but they only got like they didn't give any points off the turnover. I mean, the first 3 turnovers, I think they got like 3 points off or something like that. So
yeah, I mean, it was like I think when I was watching the game, it was like 5 series starting in Raiders territory, like field goal range, but they only and I think the score was like they only got like 9 points out of that, which is crazy. That's called defense, and I feel like defense showed up, led by Max Crosby. Were they perfect? No, but they just been the surprise of the season, man. They find ways to get it done. I mean, like obviously there's a talent deficiency on that side of the ball, but as time goes on, hopefully they can add some talent to that side of the ball. Maybe in the draft, maybe in the off season. That's a whole different conversation. But I feel like defense showed up. Offensive line, best game of the season. It's just bittersweet because Colt Miller got hurt. Yeah. And that's just probably not going to be good. Like the entire season, I think that's going to be like a struggle. Like Gino was bad enough with the way he's playing. And I guess we could talk about, let's start with Geno Smith real quick. Do you think that, is he worse than what you expected? Or is he exactly who you thought he was?
Nah, he's way worse than what I expected. I mean, way worse than I expected. Especially, listening to people that know the NFL. A lot of people were saying how underrated Geno was. A lot of it is on Geno. Some of it is on play calling. And some of it is on the caliber of our weapons too. It's just like we don't have the horses, man. We don't have the horses. I mean,
and what did I say, bro? And everybody was killing because people don't like hearing the truth. And this is remember I said when I started the show, I said this is the I told y'all show.
Yeah.
I said the Raiders receiving corps is one of the worst in the NFL. And people try
Yeah,
to
it
kill
is.
me for like, what are you talking about? Dante Thornton, Jack Besh, Myers is a number 1 receiver. No, Myers is a number 2. He's just number 1 with the Raiders. He's the Raiders' best receiver. He's not a bad player, but he has a specific skill set, and it ain't like an X receiver. He's not like that number 1. Line him up. You know what I'm, man. Yeah. And the thing is, to be fair, the offense went through Bowers, and when he got hurt, it put a lot of pressure on everybody else. Yeah. And it is what it is. Like, and it when he kind of went down, everybody else had to step up. I mean, Thornton should have made that catch at the end of the game. That would have been probably game over. The Raiders would have won the game if he caught it. But it wasn't even a good throw, man. If it was a better thrown ball, it would have been an easy touchdown.
I have to look at it again. It was good enough. And
it was good enough.
And part of the reason why, like I said, I didn't ever get a chance to look at that play specifically. I'm trying to look at all the plays in order, and I haven't even got through the first quarter yet. But I recall during the telecast there was a defender that was falling off or like I think they were in cover 3. There's somebody that fell off. So if Geno leads them further, there's a chance that Dante gets blown up and ball pops in the air and it's interception. So that's what I recall correctly. I have to watch it again. Like I said, I haven't watched it again to confirm that, but I remember seeing somebody there where like if Geno leads them, then it's he could potentially like lead them into a big hit. Ball pops up or still incompletion.
Nah, Thornton should have caught the ball. That end of story. He should have caught it, and if he caught it, it would have probably been a touchdown, or he would have. It was like a pretty good amount of space where he could have at least like it would have been close. At least it would have been at like the 1 yard line if they stopped him. But I just felt like it was just another throw by Geno where it was just like, this is the guy that's supposed to be accurate. His ball placement, film guy. He's every film guy's dream, like as far as his accuracy and his ball placement and like, and it's kind of been off the entire season. I mean, and this was worse than. This might be worse than the Chargers game. This one hurts more than the Chargers game. From like the Chargers, we felt like they were better. Like they were in control most of the game. This game, it just felt like the Raiders were the better team. Like they outplayed them in other like for the majority of like if you think about like the way we were running the Raiders ran it for 240 yards. 240 yards, and they still lost the game. I think a post-game show I put up a stat. I looked it up. I wanted to see what the record was for teams that ran for 200 plus yards, and it was something crazy. It was like an 83% winning percentage. So if you run it for 240 yards, there's an 80% chance you're going to win the game. And the Raiders lost. So that tells you how bad a loss that was. But you know what, though? I'm not going to lie. Jeanty, I was like, and now he's not, like, at first I was getting a little bit like, what is it? What is this guy? When is he going to show me something? I want to see. And I'm not trying to put it all on him. I know the offensive line wasn't perfect and this and the third. But Jeanty showed up, man. And
showed up.
And he has a very specific skill set. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, all right, for example, Saquon, like Saquon, coming off the bus, like you already know, this dude is explosive, super athletic, size, speed, all that, right? He fits all the bill, right? But with him, he's not the biggest guy, but you can't tackle him.
No, it's hard. He's tough. He's tough as hell to bring down.
Bruh, he doesn't break a stride. Like you try to he does not break a stride. And I shout out to Chip Kelly. I know a lot of people have been kind of criticizing him, but I like that he was able to get him involved in the pass game. But the timing of when he did it I liked what he did in the red zone. And he literally, every defender that had a chance to get him down, they couldn't get him down. He scored a touchdown. So hopefully,
I don't think anybody touched him. The first one, I don't think anybody touched him. The second one, I think he shook somebody and broke a tackle. But the first one, I don't think anybody touched him.
I think both. I think both.
I thought the first one was like, because the first one was like a outside Because the first one was a design. The first one was like a design running back pass. The second one, I think he was just a check down. Then he's like Jeanty shook somebody, and then he got into the end zone. But I think he broke the tackle.
I don't think he shook him. It was like the defender had like so. What I noticed with Jeanty, like,
well, he took he made him think he was gonna go one way, and then he spun out the catch the other way, and then I think he like broke a tackle to get into the end zone.
Yeah, it was like an arm tackle, and arm tackles do not work on Jeanty. It's not gonna work.
At all.
It's not gonna work at all. And the way he does it is like when a defender's coming full speed, he uses that to his advantage, and he'll just like make a move. He might not make the guy like miss like all the way, like maybe a more faster, more explosive guy, maybe with jump cut and make him totally miss. But if it's an arm tackle, Jeanty's winning that.
He's gonna break it. He's gonna break it 9 times out of 10.
He's gonna win that. He's gonna win that. What'd you think of that run? What do you think of that run, that long touchdown run? Because that was a question about Jeanty. Yeah. Like, is this a guy that can take it to the house? Can he take it to the house? Like, does he have that long speed? He has some speed on it.
That's still a question. But can he take it to the house? Yes, he can. It's going to be in his own way. Because if he had to beat, because like first, there's two impressive things about that play. First and most impressive thing about that play. Well, 3 impressive things. First of all, he made a great read. He made a great read on that play. Then the second thing that was most impressive is that Jordan Meredith got his ass whooped on that play. Whooped. Mm-hmm. And Jeanty broke a tackle from I want to say it was a D tackle. It was a D tackle. Broke a tackle. Two-arm tackle. Broke it. Barely broke stride. So he kept his footing, kept his speed, and was able to get outside. And at that point, I think the Bears were like in a run blitz because there's essentially like nobody in the secondary. Bayard was coming down. He was screaming down hard too. And then when he saw Jeanty breaking outside, he had to change direction, and he hawked him down. And he had Jeanty on the sideline, got 2 hands on him. Jeanty broke the tackle right by the sideline, didn't go out of bounds, kept his footing, and scored. Like, most people are going to get knocked out of bounds at least. The fact that he was able to keep his footing, stay in bounds, and keep stride and score, like that was like that. That's it. That's Boise State stuff right there.
That's the contact balance. That's that contact balance for him to just like not break stride. Like his momentum is still going the other direction. It like his speed is good enough. You know what I mean? Bird had an angle on him. He had an angle on him.
His way. He didn't. He hawked him. If anything, he hawked him. But like I said, you can hawk him if you can't tackle him. It don't matter. Like you can't tackle him. Like you can hawk him all you want to. Like if you can't bring me down, bro, it don't matter. You know, it don't matter how close you get to me. So, No, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say too, like just like looking at his game. You know, shout out to Ray. He made this point because Ray, Ray to Ray, he's a big Jeanty guy, and he was like, Jeanty in the fourth quarter. Like that's where you're probably going to see a lot of big plays from him, especially when like if the Raiders establish the run and then like it's the fourth quarter, defense is tired.
And then tackling form gets worse. Man, so they really arm tackling at that point. Yeah, that's when especially if they've been running the ball well earlier in the game, and they've been the offensive line been leaning on them all game, and they've been taking that contact. Third come fourth quarter, like he's gonna be a menace to bring down.
Do you think that that his like stance was really a big deal?
Nah, bro, that's like
because I seen. Did you see did you see like he? First of all, he didn't. You can tell
he was barely in the stance. He was barely in the stance like last week. He was barely in the stance at all.
Bro, the only difference, it was hella funny because they had like a video where they compared the stance that he had against the Commanders versus the last game, right? Against the Bears. And the only difference is that he had his hands on his like.
Bro.
But he wasn't even like crouched down.
He ain't been in the stance since like late in the Chargers game, bro.
And you could tell like he didn't want to change it. He didn't want to change it.
Yeah, he's been doing the same. He's basically been standing up damn near the entire season. Like nothing really. Like this week, it's just like he didn't try to create an illusion anymore, right? To make it look like he was standing down.
But he looked comfortable though. I'm not.
He looked way more comfortable. But
he looked
like
comfortable.
I said, I want to see it again because we were playing the Bears, so I want to see him duplicate that performance. I want to see, and it's tough because now it's always gonna be that question because now we don't got Colton Miller there, so it's like
it's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be nasty. So, like I said, because the Bears is trash run defense. I mean, it's like like some of the mistakes. Just watching the first quarter, some of the mistakes they were making, like, oh my god, like it was ghastly. But but Stone Forsythe out there, that's gonna be, that's going. So like, but it's gonna be tough because most of Jeanty's success came off of that left side. Most of his success was coming off of that left side, if you notice. Like his bigger runs was off that left side. So, it was Parham was getting busy, Colton Miller was getting busy. I don't know if it's a comfort thing with Jeanty. That's why even when we had even on that fourth down play, or a third down play rather, when Colton Miller left, we still called a run to the left. So I don't know if it's a Jeanty thing where that's where he's more comfortable or he sees the picture clear to the left side, but he likes running left. So now that Colton Miller's not there, it's going to be.
I didn't like that play call. I understood it, but I didn't like the play call.
I mean, bro, you drafted running back at 6 overall, bro. You need him to get 6 yards, but obviously it's 2 yards.
I didn't like it. They were selling out to stop the run. It was hella obvious, like it was hella predictable. It was just like, I wish it was like a play action bootleg or something like that, and then you got someone in the flat. If either way,
but see, that's the thing though, especially the play action bootleg. So many things that happen with the play action. The running back and the quarterback get their legs tangled up. If they selling out for the run, he got to turn his back to the defense on a bootleg, and then he can get sacked, or it had to be at a scramble situation where he kind of trying to throw it away and get intentional grounding or throw another interception. So it's like you drafted Jeanty at 6 for a reason. So put the ball in his hands, live or die by it. At least at that point, you're still in field goal range. You want to preserve the field goal. Give the guy that's been having an elite game at that point, 3 touchdowns, 138 yards, I think. Like, give that guy an opportunity to kind of close the show and put a stamp on that performance. Like, yo, not only did I do this, but hey, I kept this drive going. I made sure I sealed the deal. Like, give him that opportunity. And we still were in field goal range. Obviously, we know what happened with the field goal, but give him that. Let him do that. Give him that chance.
My guy Omnicron says, Severe, do you think they need another addition at corner, offensive line, D-line, or is it a wrap? We should just look at Grant, Caleb, and other players.
At corner, Eric Stokes is bad. Caillou Kelly ain't been that bad till today, till a Sunday. Rome Odunze was cooking him, but they know each other though, so that's the situation where it's like.
And Odunze's been killing though. Like
he's been killing.
He's had a breakout year so far.
Yeah, so they kind of know each other, but we definitely need somebody besides Stokes. Defensive lineman, we definitely need a pass rusher. Tyree Wilson is trash. Get rid of this dude. Like, why you wasting time? This experiment is done. You ain't mining no potential. It's a wrap. It's through. People talk about the 1 sack. Well, guess what? Well, what I've been saying about Tyree. If Tyree is not blocked, Tyree will get busy. If Tyree is not blocked, Tyree looking like the best player on the planet. Anytime you put another human being in, Tyree was getting his ass whipped by tight ends. Like, bro, I'm done with this Tyree stuff. Like, get this dude off. Get this dude. No, don't even play him no more. Like, just put Tonka Hemingway out there. Put JJ Pegues out there. Let the young guys play. Tyree, that experiment is through. Finished. Finito. And same with Stone Forsythe, man. I don't want to see Stone Forsythe weak ass out there, bro. Put the young guys out there. Let Charles Grant take his lumps. We ain't about to salvage the season. If Stone Forsythe, you're depending on Stone Forsythe to hold down the left side of your offensive line, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'd rather have Grant there because if Forsythe is going to be trash, and then Grant is going to go through his growing pains, which is also going to look like it's garbage too. At least you give him valuable reps at left tackle. You know what I mean? Let him get the experience, and then you can evaluate him, and then you go from there. I don't think it's going to change anything. I think the Raiders should still be in the market of like adding offensive lineman, offensive tackle, especially this draft too. Like, they can easily get to go offensive tackle in the first round, especially not even the first round. Like, this is a deep class. Like, this is a good tackle class. QB class is cool. And I think edge too. I think that's might be a good edge class. So it's like these are all like Raider needs. So
Yeah, I mean,
perfect best player available type of situation for the Raiders. I know no one wants to hear that. People just want to be like, nah, we need to get a quarterback. But you know, it is what it is. I was gonna say something before we went to that comment too. Also, going back to that play on that third down play at the end of the game before they kicked before the field goal got blocked. You can argue that it was a bad play call because they ran a trap. I think they ran a trap play, and like I don't know why the Raiders keep doing it. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
they're just not good at it.
Yeah, they're not good at running trap.
Come on, bro. Like sometimes just realize like, hey, you're not good at it, bro.
But you run trap because you don't think that your interior offensive lineman can block whoever it is on, you know, at defensive tackle. And like I said, Meredith was getting his ass whipped basically the entire game. So it's like basically the entire game he was getting handled. So that's why you run trap. That's why they run trap. Like the Raiders haven't been that good at it, but that's why they do it.
Yeah, I would have liked the little play action bootleg. I know you were saying that it's a little bit risky, but in my eyes, if they got him on a bootleg, he's on a run. If there's nothing there, he can always throw it away. Or if obviously someone in the flat, easy first down.
Yeah.
But you know, at that point, Chip Kelly's confidence in Geno is probably super low. And hopefully, and I said this after the game. I said this in post game, right? And I felt like this the entire offseason all the way up to this point. I felt like the Raiders like overestimated Geno Smith. Like they overvalued him. Like, sure, Geno, you know, he's had a career resurgence. You know, he had his tough times with the Jets, and he kind of hopped around from different team to team, and then got to Seattle, and you know, Russell Wilson leaves there, and he kind of surprises everybody by playing well for the next few years. I get it, but I still don't look at him as a guy that you should be throwing the ball 40 times a game, which they did. I think game 1. I think against the Patriots, he passed it around 40 times. The Chargers around like 35. This game, obviously, they ran the ball well, but like they need to like understand. Like I felt like, and the way, and just hearing comments by Chip Kelly. Oh, I never have taken input from quarterbacks before. Like I take heavy input from him and how I call the game, and I'm like that needs to stop. Like they need to stop that. Like just understand who your personnel is. Geno, he's a good guy. Seemed like a good guy, but. Yeah, he's not that guy. He's not that dude at the quarterback.
I mean, you can still take input from him. Though. I mean, I don't think that like his ability as a player, like that doesn't have to do with his intelligence level or his understanding of the game. So I'm of the opinion that you should take feedback, and maybe you don't execute on it, but you should take feedback from all of your players at some level. Hey, you know, what do you like to run? What are you What are you comfortable? Like, I think you should take that feedback. You know, what you do with it at that point, you know, do you implement it or do you apply it? No, that's the coach's decision at that point. But that's the thing. Like we say this about Geno, like, oh, he's overrated and all this stuff. But like on 32, we want to put the ball in Geno's hands to seal the game. That's the thing. Like had he done that, and it didn't succeed. Everybody will be screaming, "Why you drafted Jeanty at 6? Why did you just give it to? He's been having a career day. Why did you give it to Jeanty?" That would have been the narrative. And also, you run because you want to, and it's a clock situation as well. So you want to force their hand in terms of the clock also. So that's another reason why you don't want to be in a bootleg situation, because you don't want to have to throw the ball away. You want to make sure the clock keeps moving, give them as little time as possible. And you know the only way at that point, you know, you can either get Geno hit, or he takes a sack and you're even further from the field goal. So that's why, once again, I was opposed to a bootleg. You put the ball in Jeanty's hands, let him seal the deal.
Sure, I understand what you're saying. And I'm not saying it from that aspect. I'm saying understand who you have there and try to you got to be sometimes like if you got to be conservative with certain players. Like, hey, like They got to earn it. They got to earn that trust. And I think, Pete Carroll, his belief in him, it shows. And it went to, Chip Kelly, and I'm sure they had a really good offseason. And you could tell they were like all in on, like they view him as a franchise QB. Like literally the way the season started, I was so surprised at how pass heavy they were to begin with. But I'm like, I thought they were going to be run heavy. I thought you draft a guy number 6 overall. I'm thinking, okay, I thought the run game was going to be, and then we're going to see a lot of play action. Then we're going to, I thought it was going to be that route, but I felt like they kind of overvalued Geno Smith, in my opinion, as a player, and it showed in their play calling and showed in how they called the game. And yeah, of course, you talk about that end of the game situation. Yeah, there's going to be criticisms if Geno Smith rolls out, he gets an incomplete pass. But you know what though? It's an aggressive move. Today's NFL is all about being aggressive, right? Going for on 4th down. Sometimes you got to go for the kill. The way I think, imagine the commentator made a good point. Imagine if the Raiders made that field goal. I think it would have been 40-something seconds left, and then they would have got the ball at, the way the rules are kind of set up now with the kickoff. It's kind of a shorter distance to get to where they need to go to kick the field goal too. So the Raiders it still would have been a close game, no matter what. It's not even just, the game would have not been over if they kicked the field goal and made it. And the Raiders won. Nah, they still would have had some time left. They still could have, the way that the kickoff rules are set up, it's it kind of gives the opposing team an advantage to get a little bit closer to get that field goal, in my opinion. But, that's why you got to be a little bit more aggressive. That's why I think today's NFL is a little bit more aggressive, because there's a lot of advantages.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, so at some point you got to weigh the pros and the cons of the situation. Running the ball there, forcing them to use a timeout, also run some clock off the, if you throw an incomplete pass, that leaves them more time on the clock, or leaves them with an additional timeout. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why the run is the safest bet in that situation. Jeanty's been playing top 5 running back all day. Give him the opportunity. I'm sure he wanted the ball in his hands. Let him see what he could do there. You live with him at that point. You live with him, and you've been dying with him. So he was the reason we was in that game regardless. So
I wasn't super mad at it, but I just felt like everybody knew what was coming.
Yeah.
I'm that's where you kind of okay, they know, everybody knows that the ball is gonna go get handed off to Jeanty. Nope, bootleg. Oh, you got Brock Bowers right there in the flat. Throw it to him, or whoever is on that side. You know what I mean? A quick little pass. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like it was it would have been aggressive, but but it doesn't really guarantee that the Raiders would have won the game or anything like that. But I bet you if they got that first down, they would have ran that clock a little bit down. They would have got a lot closer. You see what I'm saying? It would have they would have given them a better chance to win the game. But there's so many different.
If they got the first down.
Yeah. But there are so many different parts of the game. We talked about that drop pass by Dante Thorne. We talked about Geno Smith, 3 interceptions. We talked about the defense. We didn't really talk too much about them. They played a great game. They just gave it up at the end, though. That's and we've seen that so many times too. If you're a Raider fan, we've seen them type of games where defense plays well, and then at the end, they find a way to the other team finds a way to score, and then the rest is history. But it is what it is. The reason why I said earlier this is the I told y'all show is the fact that we had low expectations going into the season. We had low expectations going into the season for a reason. Yeah. And one of the reasons was because the Raiders, compared to all the other teams, don't have a lot of depth. One guy gets hurt and season's almost over. And look at the Raiders. They lost their left tackle. Season basically, we're damn, Jeanty just had a great game. Now we're damn, is the run game going to be there? Is Geno going to have his blindside protector? Stone Forsythe, he's terrible. Charles Grant, he's going to go through a whole lot of – man, every team is going to put their best pass rusher on Charles Grant. So it's just man, it's kind of a loser. Yeah, tomato. It's basically tomato is what I'm trying to say. Either way, it's not going to be a good situation for the Raiders.
Facts.
And but you know, look, just to show the other side is look at the Chargers. They lost their starting left tackle before the season started, right? I think they lost them before the season started.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater, yeah.
And they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not totally good, but like they're.
I think they might have lost Joe Alt too, though. I don't know how hurt he is, though.
Oh, they lost Joe Alt.
I know he got hurt.
That's a lot though. Like, you know what I mean? He's losing like, yo.
That's double. Yeah.
There's two starting left tackles. Like, come on, bro. But like,
that's rough.
But like, but the fact is though, like they had enough depth where, you know, their left tackle goes down and they could push Joe Alt to that side and then still be good, you know, offensive. I mean, on the offensive line. But if Joe Alt goes down, I don't even know, man.
I don't know either. That's rough.
That's tough for them. But and they lost 2 this weekend. Damn,
they lost 2.
I mean, not damn. Like I'm mad about it. It's just like I actually picked the other team
to Jackson Dart.
Oh yeah, no. Who did? Oh, Jacksonville. They won. They won. They won. They beat. Who did they beat? Who did they beat this weekend?
Who did they beat?
That was an upset too.
That was upset. I think somebody called it though. Was it you that called it?
I was thinking about. Oh, it was the 49ers. See, that was one of them games where I'd be like in my head. I'd be like,
yeah.
Man,
I was thinking about that one too, but it was like Brock Purdy was coming back. But I was saying Jackson. I said Jackson Dart though. Jackson Dart is the one who beat the Chargers. You know, who was telling everybody about Jackson Dart. You know,
hey, it's the I told y'all show, man. It's I told y'all so show, man. Like at the end of the day. So, but did you watch the game? Did you get a chance to watch him play?
I was watching it. Yeah, he was clean.
He was good?
Clean.
Okay.
Clean. I almost grabbed that for notable quotable because Gerald McCoy was like, yeah. I think Gerald McCoy and somebody else was like, yeah, man, he's gonna be elite. He's gonna be elite. I was like,
damn, for real?
Yeah, they say he's gonna be elite, bro. Just the way he was moving, bro, and just like you could tell like somebody has it. Like I think he scored his first touchdown was like a run, or was like a quarterback draw, you know, against the Chargers. You know, like the Chargers is a good defense. They got Daniel Henley up the middle, got Derwin James up the middle of that defense. So called a quarterback draw up the middle of that defense. And then afterwards, he's like dancing on people, like he's out there swagging out. He's rocking a turtleneck with the chain. When I saw him rock the turtleneck with the chain, I'm like, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. They ain't ready, bro. I saw him rock the turtleneck with the chain. I'm like, it's a wrap. It's done. It's done.
All I seen, I didn't watch the game, but I gotta watch it. I gotta watch him play. Now that you damn man, bro, the Raiders just
man. But look, Jeanty put in 3 touchdowns, bro. Jeanty put in 3 touchdowns. That was our first round pick. Jackson Dart went in the first round. So
no. I'm not mad about Jeanty. Like every game he's gotten better, and like this game, it made me like comfortable. Like, all right, we got something here. We got something here for sure because like it's
this game, man, I'm comfortable. But I was like, I see it. I can see what it can be. I see what it can be.
Yeah, because you can see because one of the questions that we had is like, can he do the same thing he was doing in college in the NFL? Yeah. And he did. He did it this game. Like he wasn't doing it in any different way. It wasn't like he was actually. You could see the contact balance. You could see the vision. You could see. You know, that his game, his combination of, you know, what he's doing out there it came out this game. So, shout out to Jeanty. Had a great game. We got to give him props. Yeah. But damn, Jackson Dart just serving. Damn, man. And then, you know, meanwhile, Cam Ward is basically saying we ass. As a president, you seen that?
Hey, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. He said we ass. He was like, "How'd you play?" It's like ass. He keeping it real though, man. Keeping it real. Keep it accountable, man. He keeping it proud. That's another thing. Hey, that's another thing I liked about Jeanty too. To switch back to him is that after the game, I think like you know they had like the media scrum by the lockers and like dudes getting dressed whatever, and they came up to him and they was like, "Oh no, Jeanty, you had a great game. Yeah, you had all this stuff." And like you know, usually somebody get to give you a compliment, you start to smile, all this stuff. But nah, he was stone faced. He was like, you know what, hey, I don't care about the stat sheet. You know, I'm looking only thing I care about is getting the win. I was like, that's what you want to hear right there. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah,
right
I don't know. I feel like that. You know, that's just a politically correct answer.
You
could say.
I seen him give some fake ass answers before. Like,
oh yeah.
But that would have felt like you meant though.
No, because I'm not saying what he said was bad. I'm not. This is not a criticism at him all. But I'm just saying like would have been a real answer. Would have been like, yeah, like it felt good to play well, but at the end of the day we lost. So it's kind of like, it's bittersweet. It's like I can't even enjoy the great game that I had like with my teammates because I want to celebrate. He could have said that. That would have been real. Like, because you want to win at the end of the day. But then obviously if you play well, like, hey, of course you're gonna be excited about that. Like, but I don't know, in the world, I guess the world that we live in, you can't acknowledge that you played well in a loss. Like we lost, and it's just, and then you're gonna criticize someone, just be like, oh yeah, I had a good game, that felt good. But like, I don't know. I just feel like some of that is kind of politically correct answers, but it is what it is. We appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We get it to the chat real quick. SoCal says Charger F, Slater gone for the year, Becton on concussion protocol, Ultimus, and I don't care. Hey, the Chargers, they dealing with their injuries. That's the thing about NFL, bro. It's like one of the ugly things about the NFL. Like every sport, but like especially NFL, like is injuries. And the best teams, the good teams, they got depth. And there's a little bit of luck too. You got to be lucky because like the Chargers, they got depth in offensive line. But you can see how like they're a little unlucky right now with Slater gone, and then if Alt is gonna miss, he's missing with a high ankle injury. But Colt Miller. Speaking of high ankle injuries, Colt Miller, he supposedly had a high ankle injury, sprained ankle. That was the initial reports, and then today we found out that it was actually worse. Like he had a high ankle sprain. Plus, they found a fracture in his ankle. Yeah. So, season's over. No, but I just he's gonna go. He's gonna go to injury reserve. I don't know if is there a possibility he can return? Maybe we might find out more. But
depends.
Depending. Yeah. Depending on the type of fracture he got, if it's like really bad. But man, when it rains, it pours, man.
Yeah. So high ankle sprain is like 5-6 weeks at least, especially for a dude that size. 5-6 weeks, that's on the low side. And the fracture, because that can be. I mean, usually bones heal fast, but you just want to make sure it's like fully healed because the chance of injury if you go out there and play on it before the bone is fused, and you'll break it in the same place. So, like,
hey, it's crazy too. This is one of the People question if the Raiders should have gave him a contract, especially because he's showing like his body's showing signs of breaking down, like with his shoulder and then now like his ankle.
Yeah. And he got rolled up on, didn't he? I want to say he got rolled up on.
I forgot who was it? Who is on defensive lineman? One of the defensive linemen for the Bears.
I think that's what happened, if I recall correctly. I thought he got rolled up on.
So it was like a freak play, pretty much. BK Scott says Chip K tried to change him. He did what he had. You know what I like though? This is what I like. All right, because we kind of talked about the negatives, a little bit about positives. Jeanty had a big game, but you know what I like though? I like that the team bounced back last week because I wanted to see how they would respond after getting blown out, especially because we already questioned his coaching staff. From the Chip Kellys, people are questioning his offense and how it's translating in the NFL so far. People are questioning Chip Kelly, like he's 74 years old, he needs to retire, this and that third. They bounced back. They made all the right adjustments. They got Jeanty the ball. I think I seen, shout out to Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. He put out a stat. I think there was a percentage of run plays in shotgun and under center, and the Raiders were definitely running the ball under center this game, and they were averaging like 8 yards a carry when they did. So
where they averaging out of shotgun though? They're averaging way more out of shotgun though. That's guaranteed.
I gotta look. I gotta get the right stat though. Let me make sure because I'm just trying to remember it.
Because Jeanty averaged like 7 yards a carry himself, and then Mostert averaged like 16 yards a carry. So they're probably way higher out of shotgun.
Let me pull this up, man. Let me pull up this stat here, man. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Man, I could have sworn. All right. So Raiders under center week 4 on run plays, 69% of the run plays, 18 attempts, 145 yards, 8.1 yards per carry. Week 3 for comparison, 33% of run plays, 7 attempts. So it's just showing the under center and not compared to shotgun. Yeah, because I think that long touchdown was like
the big run was out of shotgun. Out of shotgun.
It
His other big run in the beginning of the game was like they shifted him to the left, then shifted him back to the right, handed it off. There's another like 11 yards. Like most of the big runs came to the left side out of shotgun.
Yeah, man. So we appreciate. Hey, make sure to click and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification. But we got to give you that friendly reminder. We're going live on both our channels. So you definitely, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe to both channels, as well as hit the like button, hit the notification bell so be notified for new content and when we go live and all that good stuff. Yeah, man. Hey, look, any last thoughts on the game? Jeanty.
No, I mean, because I was happy to see him have a big game, but I was also like, this is Chicago Bears, like the worst run defense in the league. So I was looking forward to see, hey, you know what? Let's carry this momentum against another opponent, a better opponent, a little bit of better defense. But now it's like without Colton Miller, like it's not fair to expect that out of Jeanty when you got Stone Forsythe out there. So, like if he goes out there and he plays big, then hey, hats off to him. But like it's hard to expect that when like your best offensive lineman is out.
Is Grant a better pass blocker or run blocker?
Better pass
Coming out.
blocker. Better pass blocker. Because his athleticism, he's still kind of light in the ass, but he just has great movement skills, real good balance, super crazy long arms. But he's not that strong at the point of attack. So that's.
So he's like a typical left tackle then. A typical left tackle.
He's like I don't even say a typical. He's like a typical like young like pass blocking left tackle. Really.
Because usually usually the maulers are on the right side, right? Like the good run blocking tackles usually are on the right side, right?
Yeah.
Unless
you want your left tackle to be good in pass pro. Like you want to prioritize. You usually prioritize pass pro out of left tackles.
Yeah, unless your name is Membu, RM Membu's. He's
a beast,
bro. That's gonna be a debate conversation that I think we're gonna be having for years, because right now he's looking like the truth at tackle right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And we're looking at our offensive line. It's like, oh man, because it all starts in the trenches, bro. If you look at all the good teams, the Raiders, like that 2016 team, that was based off Raiders being good at.
Yeah. Even this game, I mean, Jeanty had his special moments, but a lot of the game he was getting like 3-4 yards without being touched. We saw like Raheem Mostert was getting off too. That's why I was like, all right, so this is like the line finally got it together. They're doing their thing, but so like the line it sets the floor. It sets the floor for your run game. Obviously, the running back sets the ceiling. So Jeanty was able to take what the line gave him, and he turned that into magic, like on a few occasions.
JR, man, you always find a creative way, man. The Raiders are the most overrated actors in the league. You always find a way, bro. Hey, but let's get into it's that time, man. It's that time, man. It's flag on the play.
69, offense. He was giving them the business.
What we got this week, Severe, man? Flag on the play, man.
Flag on the play, man. So, Pittsburgh game that I called correctly. I think it was only one, by the way. But Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously, they had a big acquisition this summer. They traded Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, star cornerback. And he picked off a pass early in the game. And during his celebration, he faked a hamstring injury. then karma came back to get him. Karma came back to get him.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Let me move this out the way so y'all can see it. All right. All right, so him, this is returning it was an interception return?
Yeah.
So he's grabbing his hamstring. Oh, he does the gritty.
Yeah, terrible gritty, by the way.
And it's later in the third quarter. And then he got a hamstring injury. Damn. You think it was that? You think it was laughing? You think it was laughing in the sideline? It was laughing in the sideline for sure.
I'm sure some of the players were laughing, but I'm sure the coaches were like, "Oh my god."
That's just hella, that's kind of embarrassing though. It's like, golly, how do you do a touchdown celebration just faking a hamstring injury and then have a hamstring injury in the same game? But yeah, that's flag on the play, man. Flag on the play. I think Jalen has had some goofy moments in the NFL. He's played long enough where he's had some goofy moments. Your favorite moment is Steve Smith, but
the goofiest moment in NFL history.
Oh no! It was a Steve Smith situation where his response. Yeah. It was his response.
Yeah, exactly. The response.
It was his response. It was zesty. Definition of zesty. Definition. But yeah, flag on a play on Jalen Ramsey, man. Karma is a real thing. Man, this is crazy.
That is wild, bro.
Is he out with injury too? Like
I haven't even looked at it. That's still crazy. Hamstrings are tough because even if you just tweak it, bro, you're gonna have to sit down because soft tissue injuries are tricky, man. So you can't be rushing people back from hamstring.
Yeah. So what we got? What's our next flag on play, man?
Next flag on the play is the Colts game, man. Obviously, no Mint beats Colts. Mint beats Indianapolis Colts. His favorite team in the league. He
didn't pick him this week, though. He didn't pick him this week.
Oh, he did not pick him this week.
He kept it real.
But they drafted A.D. Mitchell out of Texas last year. He was acquired as a rookie, but he's starting to pick up some steam this year, and he made one of the an incredible play, one of the best plays you're going to see from a wide receiver this year until the very end.
Oh man. Did I take it off the screen? Oh, man, I did. My bad, y'all. I just had to hear. Just give him a second, man. But if you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm about to put it up here. No, let's see. We still out of pocket, though. If you draft a QB or running back high, you got to draft. I know, man. I wanted. That's what I wanted, too. I wanted us to go in the trenches and get an offensive lineman. I didn't hate Jeanty. I didn't think he was a bad player. It had nothing to do with him as a player. It was just like sometimes it's about value. And we need an offensive lineman. Oh yeah, here we go. This is bad. Yeah, this wasn't like it was bad, but it wasn't like it wasn't Deshaun Jackson bad. Did you say Deshaun Jackson bad? Oh no. It wasn't Derek Carr bad. It wasn't Derek Carr was worse. Derek Carr was worse.
Yeah, no, Derek Carr is egregious. Derek Carr did it more than once too. So that was...
he did more than once. Oh man, he's crazy. All right, here we go. So this is Colts versus Rams this week. A.D. Mitchell, he's had a good offseason. First round wide receiver last year. Or they got him in the second round. I think they might have got him. Ooh, nice move. Man, to the house. That was close though. When I look at it, I kept watching it, I was like, that was pretty close.
That was very close.
See that with them type of plays, that hurts. But we got to give them a flag for because obviously they end up losing the game, and that could have been a touchdown right there. But that one, it was close.
It's tough, man.
That's a tough situation. That wasn't like Deshaun Jackson. If y'all remember years ago, Deshaun just literally he
dropped the ball.
It dropped the ball. That was just like, man, you know what? It probably doesn't. This angle probably doesn't do it justice too.
Yeah.
But for them to catch it, this is crazy. For them to call this.
Yeah.
That's touchdown.
Yeah.
How's that not touchdown? I want to call this flag on a play, but it's like part of me is like, how's that not touchdown?
I was looking at it. I thought it was a touchdown too. I don't know. I thought it was.
We gonna slow it down. Hold up. I'm gonna press. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, here.
Oh yeah, nah. I see.
Right there. That's touchdown. Game play over.
I think they said he was already bobbling it. I think that's what they called right there.
Oh.
Yeah, they said he was already bobbling it. So and if they called it a fumble on the field, I didn't see the game. If they called it a fumble on the field, then they would have to over. So if they called it a touchdown, I think it would have been hard to overrule. But if they call it a fumble, then it's going to be hard to reverse it. So, and it's crazy that he was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to make sure he didn't go out of bounds. He was trying to reach the ball over the goal line. Because he had the ball in the other hand.
That was just it's a flag. We gonna call it a flag, but this is not like a Derek Carr moment. This is not a Deshaun Jackson moment. This is just like
circumstance.
Like he was trying bad luck, bro. Like I'm not looking at this play and going like he's an idiot. He just literally lost control of the ball. Let me see.
Like Geno Smith every time he throws it.
Right there, you can see it move.
Yeah. It's already like,
dang,
he's looking at it too. That's what's cool. He's looking at it. He's like trying to.
Oh, that's just clumsy. That's hella clumsy. Like, if he just, all he had to do was just, flag on the play. We got to give him a flag because he could, if he just held it with two hands, it would have been, boom. That was walk-in touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think after the game, I heard the coach or something like that say, like, he already apologized to the team. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Just like that, man. That's the NFL, man.
Puka Nacua went crazy this game, too.
I think we like 170, 180 yards.
It went stupid.
Hopefully he doesn't get the ground. They had like the ground air player of the week. Yeah, he probably gonna get it though. Either him or
No, don't give it to Jeanty. Jeanty got 3 touchdowns, though, bro. He got 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
You got 3 touchdowns, bro. You got to get
3 touchdowns. Yeah. Damn, man. That's gonna be. I was like, all right, this is the game where he gets comfortable. Okay, I want to see how it looks like now. It's just gonna be like.
That's what I want to see too. I want to see against a team that's not Chicago. That's my whole thing. Like Chicago is ass,
bro.
And then Mostert was killing too. So I was like, I want to see it against somebody else, and like go on and built this momentum. Like he had some momentum. You could tell he had his confidence. He was Tootsie Roll. That was gonna be flag on the play too. That Tootsie Roll, bro. You a grown man doing the Tootsie Roll, bro. That was almost flag. But but he was feeling himself. Yeah.
Oh no, that's what Dart did the same thing. I think it's like a dance way. I don't know. It's one of them type of dance.
You got Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, NFL.
I don't give a look.
Man.
Anybody that's familiar with that song knows he ain't supposed to. But so I wanted to see him build that momentum. That's the main thing. Like let him. He got his confidence back. He got his fastball back. Let him build this momentum going into next week. Especially with Shane Steichen, how the coach offense has been. I'm gonna keep those dudes off the field. And now it's like, what
I gotta look up? I gotta look at the numbers of like what he did on the right side and the left side, and just like compare the two. Yeah. Maybe to give me some hope if it was at least good or solid on the right side.
He's like, let's think about it like this though. Think about this. He finished with 138 yards, right?
Yeah.
64 of them came on one play. So imagine, and then I think he had like a play early in the game that was like 12 yards off the left side. So like that's like more than half of his yards off the left already, just off rip. So
he said Tootsie Roll is wild. That's super funny. Nah, but didn't you see that Jackson Dart I think he had the same. He did the same thing.
I know he did I know he did like a goofy dance after his first touchdown.
He did.
Was it Tootsie Roll though?
I don't know. It looked like it was similar to like an Ash and Jeanty celebration. It was similar. I don't know if it was the Tootsie Roll, but it was like the same little move or whatever. But it is what it is, man. If you haven't already, make sure to click and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're not done yet, man. We got notable quotables. That's where we play quotes that we find interesting that we want to talk about. Here we go. What's the first quote, Severe? What we got?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first quote we got right here is we got Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan, obviously, he was former offensive lineman in the league. I think he played for the Titans for a while. He's part of the Bussin' with the Boys podcast. This was like prior to this week. I just think it's a few weeks back, but it was interesting. Some of the things he had to say just about what he saw from the Raiders' run game and their struggles. Obviously, we were able to rectify some of those struggles on Sunday, but I still found it very interesting, some of the things he had to say.
Might not be privy to because of the explosive struggle going on with the Raiders offense that people might not be privy to because of the explosive plays they had on the offensive side of the ball. Pete Carroll traditionally likes to be under center. He likes to establish the run game in a big way, and you have three offensive linemen in the middle of that Raiders offense that when you watch the film, you put up basic gap scheme stuff, and the Patriots had to move the line move their defensive front a few times. It really put them in a blender. They started mixing in their run stunts. They brought five guys, and they weren't able to push that line of scrimmage. And a lot of that is Ash and Jeanty missed a couple holes, but a lot of it was the interior of that offensive line couldn't get movement and couldn't get solidified in their double teams. So now you got Geno Smith and Chip Kelly, who want to kind of be in that shotgun, hand the ball off them that way, utilize the play action. But there's also four coaches on that coaching staff that are offensive line coaches. To me, it might become one of those things where you see kind of a glaring issue that's pointing in front of you in the middle of that interior offensive line, and there might be too many chefs in the kitchen of how they should fix those types of things. Just people were concerned about Jeanty, and he did have like rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
But there weren't a lot of holes for him to clearly, like you saw when he got the ball, he didn't seem like the confidence you saw at Boise State, which will come with like repetition.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple of like blocking errors with that offensive line that like, oh, you're not putting your rookie running back in a position to be successful right now. And you can see it's kind of playing up here.
That's interesting. Especially his comment about, having too many chefs in the kitchen, you know what I mean, when it comes to offensive line. But I mean, he mentioned four. So obviously O-line coach, Carroll's son, Brennan Carroll, Philbin. Who's the other two?
I don't know. Because I was thinking, like, I don't remember if if Chip Kelly was offensive line coach in the past. I don't think he was, though. I think he was a wide receiver coach, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So that I don't know. But, like, he's plugged in, so Taylor Lewan would know. But, Brendan Carroll and Joe Philbin are only two that immediately come to mind. I'm sure some other people in the chat will be able to let us know who the other people are. But yeah, man, it's just interesting things I said as well. And basically he echoed a lot of what we've been saying since the beginning, right? Obviously Jeanty's missing holes, but the lion's share of the blame goes to the interior of the offensive line and them not being able to just hold up consistently at the point of attack. But one thing I did notice this week, because what the Patriots did, and I think I pointed out after that game, is that they did something that Vic Fangio does, where they would shift the defensive line like right before the snap, and so that screws up like your blocking assignments. So it's especially for a center that's never played center in NFL. That's another issue we're having. But a guy that's never played center at the NFL level, that caused a problem. So, but this week what the Raiders were doing is they would move Jeanty, and it would kind of make it difficult for the defense to kind of read where he's going to be on any particular snap or any particular run play. Like I said, the first run play of the game, they shifted him from the left back to the right, and then they ran left. And it was a gaping hole off that side, and that was part of that. It was off that movement.
Yeah, and I hope, like, moving forward, I mean, damn, the Cole Miller situation just makes everything worse, though. Because like, they finally had a good game, and then, like, all right, because part of the struggles with the offensive line is the fact that, like, they need a gel because they haven't played with each other, like, We just gonna have to. God.
First of all,
Just gonna have to let that go right there. But yeah, man. Part of the reason is that they just haven't had a lot of time just playing basically with each other. So. But nah, man. Hey, man. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. I had a couple of notable quotables too. I know we have it at one, but there was
one. Let's do it.
Let me see here. Let's see here. So this week we're playing Daniel Jones, quarterback for the Colts this week. We're playing the Colts this week. He's having like a great year. Geno Smith year. He's having a great year. Career resurgence.
Exactly.
And Greg Cosell, he always has some gems every time he talks about quarterbacks and just the NFL. And he had something to say about Daniel Jones and the type of game that he plays.
People always talk about, quote unquote, the great quarterbacks, the playmakers, the Allens, the Mahomes, the Lamars, and no question they're phenomenal. But, 95% of the quarterbacks in the league are distributors and executors. And that's what Jones is doing right now at a really high level. They have short and intermediate route concepts. His decision-making, balls out on time. They've got zone beaters. He's making great location throws. They're using play action and play action boot. He moves when necessary. He's just right now executing at a really high level in what I believe, based on watching tape, is a really well-schemed and well-designed.
That's what we're gonna be playing this week, man. Daniel Jones, man, the new and improved Daniel Jones. And also the Colts, they're a pretty good run team as well. So this is actually a good test for the Raiders, who, for the most part, like their run defense is probably the best part of their defense is the fact they can stop the run and then put teams in like second and long, third and long situations.
Yeah.
And play that bend but don't break style of defense, which literally the numbers say that. Like teams might be able to move the ball down the field, but when they get to the red zone, I think Raiders are like top 10 in red zone percentage, touchdown percentage, which speaks to their bend but don't break defense. But yeah, man, Daniel Jones, man, and Steichen, they got something cooking on offense, and I'm like, this is gonna be oh man, this could be a blowout, bro. This can get ugly. This could get ugly quick. But then, but I don't want to bet against the Raiders defense. It's just you can't score, and then like I feel like, look, as much as I've been kind of like, hey, the defense has been a surprise this season, but if I feel like if they go against like a really good offensive coordinator or a good quarterback, not to say that Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, but he's playing good football. He's getting to the point where people are considering him a good quarterback. Right now, he's playing good football. I feel like they can get exposed. They can get exposed, man.
Yeah, I mean, especially because Daniel Jones, he's mobile. He's a lot more mobile than people give him credit for. So, like, you kind of got to account for his legs. And then, that they got, obviously, Tyler Warren has been a menace this year at tight end. We always struggle defending tight ends. A.D. Mitchell's kind of coming onto his own. Alec Pierce is a good weapon. And obviously, Jonathan Taylor at running back. So, and they got a good offensive line, too. So, Shane Steichen is a very good play caller. So it's going to be a tough road to hoe, man. Especially if we can't score. If we can't score, yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Bro, and the way they're using Warren, the tight end, I would have thought that the Raiders would be using Brock Bowers like that, and we haven't really. I mean, maybe the injury is kind of messing things up, but
for this year, for this year is for sure the injury. But that's what I said last year. We should use him that way, like run them. Like run him, like give him handoffs, give him jet sweeps, like let him do all that stuff. He with the ball in his hands, he's one of the best players in the league with the ball in his hands. So,
bro, I'm telling you, man, when you got a good offense coordinator, they can unlock players like that. That's what Browers needs. He needs a good OC. Hopefully, Chip Kelly is that guy. Like at OC, it's still early. He's still kind of like I like the fact that he made some adjustments. To be honest with you, I think he had like a solid. I think he had a solid game calling the game. I mean, especially you said one of the passes was designed. I don't know. I felt like both of them feels like they were designed plays to Jeanty in the red zone.
The first one
Those
was
pass
designed.
plays?
The first one was designed for sure. The second one, it was a check down. I'm pretty sure it was a check down.
It was just so quick. I'm just used to Jeanty
Now
holding
he
the
held the
ball.
ball. He held the ball a little while. He scanned the field. Maybe the situation. Maybe that was their design, and they wanted him to hold the ball and then dump it off to Jeanty. But I think he held the ball a little while. But the second one, it was like Jeanty out the backfield, get him like best to give him a running start, throw him the ball, and give him a head of steam, and you got a head of steam. He's hard to bring down. Yeah,
and that's what I said too, man. If Chip Kelly, that was one of the things. If the Raiders wanted to win games right off the gate and be good this season, it would have to be because of the offense, based off the weapons they had and things like that. But you got to be creative when you don't have like a really good offense. You don't have a good wide receiver core, but at the same time, and I'm not saying they're like bad, like they're going to be bad. It's just that they're inexperienced outside of Myers. Well, you know what? I'll say this: Trey needs to get the ball more. They gotta need to find a way to get him. But he's playing well, bro. And then I think they
were finding ways. They were finding ways.
They're finding ways, but I feel like even in the past game, like they might have missed. And I don't know what's up with like Geno. Like they're really sitting on that intermediate part of the football field. Like they're like waiting for him to let it go right there. Like I don't know. He's not seeing it for some reason.
Some of it is honestly it's play design. Some of it is like lazy route running, to be honest with you. Some of it is just Geno not recognizing. Like they ran dagger. And like the first interception was shout out to Marcus, and I was hollering at Marcus because I was like, man, I was like, it looked like damn, what concept was that? I forgot what concept was, and I asked him about it. He's like, no, it's wide cross, except it's like a 3x0 wide cross. But if you look at the play, like there's nobody on the backside too, because the Bears were in cover 3. So you cover 3, like that backside corner, the deep corner, like he had essentially nobody to defend because all the routes were going to the other side, to the strong side of the field. So he was just free. So he was able to take Trey Tucker, who was running like a deep over route. And then I think Dante Thornton was on the streak, and then Jacoby had like the deep dig. But since there was no other route to that side, that corner was able to just cheat up on Trey Tucker. Then the other corner was able to take Dante Thornton deep, and that left Bayard free to just cheat up. Because usually that concept should work against cover 3, but you got to have a threat on the other side of the field to hold that other corner. So if you don't have that, then he's able to cheat up on that over route. And then Brock Bowers running, well, I don't want to say lazy route, but it seemed like a lazy ass like drag route, which which essentially gave Geno nobody to throw it to under, and then Bayard was already cheating up on the other route, and then that was all she wrote.
Man, I'm just hoping that Geno can just calm. But last couple of years, bro, like he's been throwing. It's not like this is a surprise. Like last year, he threw a lot of interceptions. This year, hopefully, like maybe Chip can just pivot real quick and maybe have like a more run oriented. He's gonna have to. I mean, you can't drop back and have Geno stand back there with like his starting left tackle out. Basically, Charles Grant is gonna be starting, or the swing tackle is going to start. I think it's probably Stone. Forgetting his name, man.
Forsyth.
Yeah, like I think he's probably going to start right off the bat, most likely. But it makes sense to start Grant. But it's just like,
why wouldn't Pete Carroll have him compete?
Facts.
He's having other people compete, right? Other people having to earn their spots, right? Well, one other person had to earn their spot. All of a sudden he gets in the game and we start running the ball well. I mean, but other people have to earn their spot. I think for Stone Forsythe, she'd have to earn his spot too. But that's Pete Carroll's guy, so obviously he's gonna he ain't about to have to earn a damn thing.
So LS says you got Chip Kelly, Brendan Carroll, Joe Philman, Andy Dickerson. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause they said Chip Kelly was the offensive line coach at New Hampshire. So
okay. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Everybody's gonna have like 2 cents on how to fix the issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Lake Show says Colts gonna smack us in the mouth. Period. That run game, Taylor, combined with how good Daniel Jones is playing. I think the run game. I think we could. Man, it's tough though because what they showed out with the Commanders.
Yeah.
But that game was
Commanders.
kind of like it's one of them, like, you know, like I said, on a short week, they had time to game plan and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. This is a good test. This is a good test though. Like, I think this is going to be the best running back that they face so far in the season, and then at the same time, it's probably the best run game that they're going up against. And then on top of that, they got weapons too. They got Warren. They got that Josh Downs. They got Michael Pittman. They got Alec Pierce. I don't know if he might be hurt. Possibly he might be hurt, but they got weapons, bro. They got weapons everywhere.
They got Adonai when he's not
Adam
dropping
Mitchell.
the ball.
Yeah. Hopefully he does that against Raiders.
Exactly.
Sure.
Right.
What we got? Sin says Geno got O-line PTSD. Was good till Miller got hurt. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even. It's gonna be next week. You for sure not gonna pick the Raiders this week. You're not gonna pick the Raiders.
Hell no, bro. I'm done picking them, bro. The Bengals, the Raiders, and the Panthers treatment. Y'all got to prove to me y'all can win.
Yeah. Mint started it off though. He started off. He picked the Bears this week.
It's easy to do it when you're not on Cam. You're not on Cam. Cam. He's like, oh yeah, the Raiders gonna lose. Yeah. But no, what pissed me off the most, because I said pregame, I said the Raiders win. They're gonna win 27-24, and Jeanty was gonna go for 100 yards and a touchdown. And obviously Jeanty would have went for more, and we would have won 28-24. I would have been like, all right, Severe, yeah, a solid little week there. But nah, block kick. Terrible.
Right.
Oh, that's another thing I want to send you, man, is that, on that block kicked, they said that Bobenmeyer has a tail, and their special team coach caught his tail. And so they were able, that's why they were able to get such a good jump. Because usually, like, the outside guy should never, like, get that good of a jump.
Pete Carroll said, cool story, bro. But he said, like, I don't know what he's talking about. He said they went and looked back. He's like that wasn't something that we seen at all. But he seemed pretty confident about it.
Apparently, it's something he's seen because he blocked the damn kick.
He blocked the damn kick for sure.
Look. Who do I believe? Him or Pete Carroll? Come on,
right.
Come on. What is Pete's track record with the truth right now? Like, it's looking pretty spotty.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Yeah, it's and Pete be lying too. He be lying.
Exactly.
He be lying. Coach says, I hope Geno continues to play poorly. It would be a huge mistake for Pete to not draft a QB, and I don't want him to think twice about it. But like Pete's, well, I don't want to say that because I think he was close to drafting like Anthony Richardson that 1 year, for whatever it's worth. But Tom Brady's gonna have something to say. So Tom Brady, Spy Tech gonna chime in. I think this year, after this season, I feel like this is the last that we hear Pete Carroll chime in on Raider moves.
Bro, yes.
Bro, hey, I'm be honest with you, bro. Jack Best should be playing, man. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Oh man, Dante Thornton. That's another thing. Like, just watching what I'm watching so far from Dante Thornton, bro, is like it's a play like early in the game. He's running like a deep crossing route, and if the DB was a better DB, it would have been picked off because like it was like a pick play. I want to say it was like a pick play between him and Trey, where his defender got picked off, and like he had separation, but instead of flattening his route out, he's like drifting on his route into the defender. So I gave it like if he would just flatten the route out, Geno could have hit him, and it would probably been a big game if he turns on the Jets. But he's like. Yeah. Lackadaisically running across the field, not even running fast, and just running, drifting back, not even running. Like, it's just terrible. I am no Jack Best fan, but let's see what he can do at this point. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah,
but why he's not going to get a chance though? Because who suggested that the Raiders draft Dante Thornton?
Old man Pete.
Yep.
Thought you were gonna say Pharaoh, but you know, I said later in the draft.
Yeah, later.
I didn't think,
yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna start right away. I was like, oh, okay, this is a nice little, you know, depth piece. You know, it's deep threat, guy that you could bring in, run deep routes. I didn't think he was gonna be the starting outside receiver. Lo and behold, he right off the bat. So I don't know, mate. The Raiders see a lot in him, so. Obviously, he has the traits and all that good stuff, but I did not expect him to start. But Jack Besh in the red zone, like, how do you like Jack? If Jack, hindsight is 2020, but if you switch Jack Besh in that situation, he would have caught that ball. He would have caught that ball, and he's such a physical receiver. That's his game. He would have fought his way into that end zone.
Yeah,
but.
You could have caught it and just rolled. All you have to do is catch it and roll over once, right? You're gonna end something, bro. Just catch it and roll once. Touchdown.
Man, nah, facts. SoCal says the common number is 3. Pete, Chip, and Gino all signed for 3 years. Do they last to rebuild? Hey, next year is basically Gino's last year before the Raiders can like get out. They can get out of the contract after next year. If they cut him, there's an $18 million cap hit. Which is not bad.
It's not crazy, yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not no money, but it's not crazy.
Yeah, like let's say if Gino plays so bad for the entire season, like it's so bad, we're like, man, like it doesn't even make sense to even have you on the roster next year, which would be like terrible. Then the Raiders can get out that they can technically cut him and he just would be an 18 million cap hit. But either way, if he just plays next year, which I'm cool with, like it's not like we have like a lot of options at quarterback. And then if you draft like a young guy, it's like a perfect situation. You got Gino, veteran, boom, have a young guy. And if he beats him out, he beats him out. If not, like, you know, take his time. You know how Tom Brady's all about like development and, you know, these guys are just playing too early and stuff like that. So I'm sure he's probably pro a veteran starting and then before a young guy comes in. So
Dante Moore would be nice.
Well, we'll see.
They said they got him number 1 overall. They got him over Lenore Sellers. It was surprising.
In a mock draft, yeah, they had Dante Moore. I forgot. I think it might have been. I think shout out Rundown. I think he might have retweeted it.
Mm-hmm.
He might have retweeted it, and they had the Raiders taking Caleb Downs, safety.
Oh, Caleb Downs is a dog, though. I want. Let's high. Caleb Downs is a dog. That's high for a safety. Caleb Downs is a dog, though.
And the left tackle from Miami was on the board too. They could have got him.
Oh yeah, I'll go with that left tackle. I'll go with that left tackle.
You see how like people who don't follow the Raiders, they don't know. They just be. They really don't know who the Raiders will pick. Like right now, like we all can agree, like if it ain't quarterback, offensive line.
Yeah.
Like if the best player available, like if it's a quarterback, like you got to go quarterback.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it's a reach with the quarterback, then I would definitely probably get the best offensive lineman on the board. I'm not gonna lie, we need an edge rusher too, because our D line, we not getting no pressure, bro. I'm sorry, bro. A lot of the pressure that we were that you seen in the first half, a lot of it was like blitzes, design, stunts, and stuff like that. Like, I'm not sure if we're getting up. Maybe if we get the young guys involved, you know, the Piggies and then, you know, Hemingway and stuff like that, if we can get them in the game and see how that looks. But
might as well at this point.
I mean, what did you see from Kuntz? Did you? I don't know. I didn't really see him flash. I gotta rewatch it.
They started the game without Kuntz out there. They started the game, which was ironic because they started the game kind of how they ended the game against Washington, with like a jumbo defensive line where it was Booker, Lualu, Butler, and Max on the line, and then Pratt as kind of like the hang defender. You know, kind of, I guess like almost like a Leo type situation. So that's how they started the game.
Lake Show. Hey, no, I actually remember Lake Show calling Gino trash.
You been calling Gino trash, yeah.
And Severe, I tried to tell you should have drafted Shador. You still rocking with Gino.
I ain't
He
seen
ain't got
Shador. I ain't seen Shador like get his uniform dirty yet, so I can't say what he gonna be doing. He ain't broke a sweat.
Bruh. But you know what though? Damn. Now, is he even gonna have is he gonna even play this season? It don't seem like they're gonna even put him out there,
bro. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna take a lot for him to play, bro. If he had multiple injuries,
like yeah, because they drafted the other boy. I think he's the backup quarterback right now. The other
Dylan Gabriel.
Then Gabriel. So like I don't know.
Yeah,
and you know what's ironic too? Like one of the teams that he told him to pass on him. The Ravens was gonna draft him. I think they called him.
Yeah,
he would have been playing. I think Lamar's hurt right now.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna miss any games though. Yeah, I think he is hurt right now though.
Damn, the Ravens literally. That's probably one of the surprises of the season. Like the Ravens, they're looking like they're probably gonna. I don't know. I want to say they're gonna miss the playoffs, but man, what are they like 1-3?
Yeah, they're 1-3. They're the same record as us.
Yeah, they're 1-3, and if Lamar missed some games, that's like 2 to 3 games. That's rough.
That's gonna be crazy though, because
that's not fair too.
It's gonna be if I say that almost be like a blessing in disguise. Cause they'll get like a top 10 pick. They get like some crazy ass like receiver or something like that. Bro.
Yeah. Some crazy receiver, or they just add to whatever. Yeah. The rich get richer type situation. You know.
Yeah. And they know how to draft well too. So.
Yeah. Real quick, man, we got to get into what's real, what's not. This is where we say a statement and we react to it if it's real or it's not. Samir, what's what's real, what's not statement this week?
What's real, what's not for this week? The soul what's real, what's not this week is, despite what was said this offseason, the higher ups for the Raiders never really expect to field a winning team this year. Say that one more time. Despite what was said this offseason, the higher ups for the Raiders never really expected to field a winning team this year. Is that real or is it not?
Yeah, it's real. It's real. I think Spytek for sure. No, he knew. That's his job is to know. That's his job. That's part of like in his job description it's for him to like literally look ahead, plan ahead, and that's him being the GM. So he had to know that like, hey, look, maybe he didn't know that it was gonna be this bad. Maybe he kind of like overestimated how bad the offensive line was gonna play right off the gate and certain things like that. Same thing with Pete Carroll. Maybe, but I don't know. It's just the lack of aggressiveness, like the entire offseason. It just, I don't know. I didn't. Come on, like we looked at it and said we had low expectations. There's no way that they looked at it and said they had high expectations. So I'm gonna say that's real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's real.
See, I think for people not on the coaching staff, I think that's definitely real. I think Pete Carroll's like, hey, man, we about to go here and win. Like, nah, bro. Yeah. Nobody. No, you're not. You're not about to go out here and win. And I said six. We win 6 or 7 games. That's looking like I greatly overestimated this team. Like, I can't even see 6 wins on the schedule. And so if we get 6 wins, bro, Pete Carroll might get coach of the year for that. He might get coach of the year for 6 wins. Because I don't see how we win in 6 games, bro. I don't see it happening, man. Like I said, but the moves are so incongruent that it's kind of hard to tell what their true intentions were. Obviously, you move, you take our we take an O-line that played good down the stretch last year. You make changes there. Then you trade for Geno Smith, pay him. You trade valuable asset in 3rd round pick, and you trade him. And you get him. But then you draft Tommy Malott. You don't want to let him develop, and you just you cut him. We don't even add him back to the practice squad. You know, you don't play any of the young guys at all. So it's like, okay, well, maybe you are trying to win because like Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant and Pegues and Hemingway, they were all inactive until this last week. And I think Pegues played this past week, but he's the only one of them I think that has played. So it's like, you know, like, well, you're not getting any of the young guys, but you ain't playing Jack Besh at all. He had 5 snaps. I think he's had like 20 snaps the entire season. Your second round pick, like what? Like, so like I don't know. The moves are incongruent. So I that makes me think like the front office is like, yeah, bro, it's built for the future. Pete Carroll's like, man, I've been winning 10 games for 25 years.
Yeah. I think Pete is all like, I can win. I just I know you're gonna make. I'm sure like he was in a room as far as like what they're gonna do, what the plan was and stuff like that. But like the fact that the Amari Cooper move, for example, like he stayed in contact with Amari Cooper the entire offseason, all the way up until the point where like, you know, Jacoby Myers, you know, he requests his trade, and then like Amari Cooper so happens to get signed by Spytek. I'm sure Spytek was like, you know what, just in case, let's just go ahead and do it. You know, I'll do it for Pete, and he ended up retiring after a week. But that was all. Amari Cooper was all Pete Carroll. It wasn't Spytek. Amari Cooper was all Spytek. How about the trade between Booker and Bennett? Was that Spytek? Was that Pete Carroll? Because I feel like Pete doesn't value him as much as we valued him. Yeah,
I'm gonna go more Pete, but I think they were probably in agreement there. But I'm gonna go more Pete Carroll. But I think that was a move that, you know, hey, cause that's still like Thomas Booker's still young enough, hasn't got quite enough playing time where you feel like, hey, you know what, maybe we can mine some potential out of him. So I can see that being a move they agreed on. But if I had to say like one person like initiated it was Pete, because Jacorian didn't fit like what he likes at cornerback. So, you know. Now, man, shout out to my guy LS, man, for signing up for a membership, man. Much appreciated, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, yeah, definitely subscribe to my guy membership, man. Y'all got to, and I think you got something lined up as far as live streams.
Once I hit 1,500, man. Once I hit 1,500, it's gonna start doing Monday nights, man.
There you go, man. Monday night's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy man.
Members only though. Members only.
There you go. But nah, I think it was 50-50. Shout out 50-50, man. But I think it was Pete obviously was like okay with letting go Jacorian Bennett, but like the fact that it was Booker was definitely Spytek and his boys, like his scouts in the building. Like I think he had like them Eagles people, in the building that probably was familiar with Booker, who's low key, he kind of flashing a little bit.
He flashed. Yeah, he's flashed. He had a real nice rep, I think, early in that game where he beat the center like right off the snap. But other than that, I mean, it's like, you know, the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's a superstar, but hey,
he's solid in the run game.
Yeah. LS with the super chat, my guy, man. Appreciate you supporting the show. He says, is Allegiant the biggest disadvantage in the NFL?
SoFi. SoFi for the Chargers.
Yeah. But damn, man, at the Vegas, like it just seems like every opposing fan wants to go to Vegas, and that's like their favorite road game. They're playing. It's the Raiders. Yeah. So
the Raiders got to win though. The Raiders got to win. It's like even if the Chargers are winning, they still can't get home field advantage, right? So it's like,
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like going back to the what's not is they could have just knew that it was going to be a rebuild, but then like in order to like sell tickets and get people excited about the season, they're like, oh yeah, hey man, look at my track record. Like, you know what I mean? We're trying to win and this, that, and third. Right. But we'll see how the season goes. But it's just I got to be realistic, man. You lose the starting left tackle, and the next guy up is like a guy that you drafted in the third round, and a guy that like was one of the worst offensive linemen in the NFL. Or at least in the preseason, I think him and both him and who's the guy that went to we ended up replacing him with our swing tackle.
Mumford.
Yeah, they were both like neck and neck as far as like how bad they were playing. I mean, would you have kept Mumford? I would have just kept Mumford. I would
have kept Mumford because we cut Mumford and signed Stone Forsythe and paid him more money. So like, what? Like, why? Like, it's like stupid. I'd rather just keep Mumford at that point, bro. If you're gonna sign somebody this bad to replace him,
whose idea was to bring him in? Like, that's just
Pete Carroll, bro. That's a Pete Carroll. That's a Pete Carroll move,
bro. Just because you know the guy, that's just like I know him. Like, no, I don't care about knowing him. Just is he good? can he?
Pete Carroll's guys, man. Pete Carroll's people ain't had to compete. You peep that? We brought in Stone Forsythe, right?
Damn.
He ain't had to compete. Geno Smith ain't had to compete. Alex Kappa is a spy tech guy. He got to compete though. Stone Forsythe gets the left tackle job handed right to him. Jack Best, I probably not a Pete Carroll guy, so he ain't playing. Heard he was in the doghouse with Pete Carroll. Dante Thornton, a Pete Carroll suggestion at wide receiver. Oh, he gets named the starter right off the jump. So it's like people that Pete Carroll like ain't that they ain't competing.
Oh, you know what? Honorable mention. Actually, it would have definitely been flag on a play. I totally forgot about it, but Ben Johnson, I believe he was talking to the reporter coming out of halftime. I think it might have been coming out of halftime. It was like a female reporter, and she was just talking to him like, "Oh, like the adjustments you made, are they working or whatever?" It got real intense. Like it almost seemed like he was about to fight her. Like he was mugging her, looking. It was crazy. Now I think I sent it to you. Did you check it out?
I probably didn't see. I gotta watch it.
Man, if you were watching the game, man, if anyone watching the game, like Ben Johnson was, like he was pissed. Like he was like he didn't want to be there for sure. He didn't want to talk to her. And then I seen a comment by Gruden. They asked Gruden about it. Like he says, I'm on Ben Johnson's side because no coach wants to do that. Like no coach wants to like talk to reporters during a game, being asked like, about adjustments and like of course, I wanted to be better. Like, but Ricky Beard says plan A was Ben Johnson, Matt Stafford. We end up with Pete and Geno.
Yeah,
man. It is what it is.
Widen that. Maybe we should widen that search a little bit broader. So maybe that was an idea.
Hey, real quick before we head out of here, hot take: this first quarter season is complete. Raiders are 1-3. What's a hot take for the rest of the season?
Hot take for the rest of the season. Hot take for the rest of the season. The Raiders win only 5 games. They finish 5-12.
A game higher than last year. Okay, improvement.
1 game higher than last year.
A little bit of improvement right there.
A whole lot of money is spent for that improvement.
Damn, this is gonna be a crazy hot take. And I was asking this question after the game because I'm like, man, if the Raiders are losing, they lost Colton Miller. Season's pretty much over. I mean, it's not over, but it is just because like you could just see the writing on the wall and how everything's playing out, and like losing your starting left tackle, and then the way Geno's playing. Is Pete Carroll? That was a question I posed. Is Pete Carroll gonna stay for a rebuild? Like, is he actually gonna stay for a rebuild? I mean, he's 74 years old. He's been there, done that. Like, I don't think a 74-year-old coach wants to be part of a rebuild. I think he wants to win now. Obviously, the fact that he wanted to get Amari Cooper on the team, the fact that he's making all these, he wants to win. He wants to win. My hot take is he's one and done. He retires.
See, I don't know if he retires. If he retires, because I think if he retires, he don't get the money. I tell my boy Pete Carroll might be actually trying to get fired.
I think Tom Brady's gonna be like, hey, Pete, we can embarrass you, or you can just retire and go out like a man, because we'll fire your ass.
But that's the thing though. Because I was telling my boy, Pete Carroll might actually be angling to get fired on purpose. He just collect the last 2 years of his deal. And
True.
still,
I mean, no,
if he
but
retires, if he retires, I
it's-
think he forfeits it.
Oh, for real? If he
I think he
retires?
forfeits it. Yeah, I think he forfeits it. It's not like players where it's like, I think he forfeits it if he retires.
What happens if he like steps away from steps away? Complications with his I don't know, like
Man,
just
this is terrible. Like,
oh my God, Raid in the building, man. What's good, bro? Oh man. Return to rated tape.
Brennan Carroll, salute to Ray. Brennan Carroll was begging Pete Carroll, like, please, Dad, please don't quit. Like, we're also gonna work.
You said that's not no hot take. Yeah, for real. Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, people not talking about it though. I think some people are talking about it. Some, not everybody. Shout out to Murph. I think I seen him post it. I was like, we on the same page. Like, there's no way Pete Carroll wants to stay for a rebuild. This is clear. It's a rebuild.
Look,
it's a rebuild.
Look, man.
It's,
I told people before the season. I've been clear. We should not have hired Pete Carroll.
Bro, what did Tom Brady say? He said by week, was it 5? By next week?
Yeah.
Week 5? Or he said Thanksgiving.
He said
by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Look, this defense, that's surprising. That's the biggest surprise about this team.
No.
By Thanksgiving, they're gonna be like, nah, we not.
No. What he said is that by week 4 or 5, you know what kind of team it is, and he said by Thanksgiving, guys start mailing it in and start, basically like packing it up, saying, all right, season's done, like I'm cool. But he said by like week 4, I want to say he said by week 4 or 5, you know what the team is essentially at that point. We about to be 1-4. What you think about that, Tom Brady?
Yeah, and it's like the Raiders don't even have an identity. They don't have no identity on offense. Like I feel like they want to run the ball, but I mean, it's only
last week.
But is that their identity? If they did it one time, is that their identity? They got to do it like more than once. Like they got to have some type of consistency.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For you to before you can say, that's their identity.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in. At this point, clock out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. We're going live on both our channels. So if you haven't subscribed,
that's spicy right there. Super Omnicron.
What do you say?
Perry resigns mid-season.
Oh yeah. Mid-season. That's not even. That is a hot take. But damn, that's you know what that is? That's like Raider special. That's a Raider special, like dysfunctional special right there.
That would be wicked.
If Carroll retired mid-season, I would respect that at all.
Look,
that's not respectable.
If Pete Carroll if Pete Carroll only coaches this year, this is the worst coaching hire in Raiders history. Like, I don't care what you say about Art Shell 2.0. I don't care what you say about Lane Kiffin. I don't care what you say about Antonio Pierce. If Pete Carroll retires after this year or doesn't go coach past this year, it's the worst coaching hire in history. Because of the whole reason you hired him was to stop the string of one and done coaches and to build a foundation. And if he loses, destroys team chemistry or destroys morale with one of your best young players in JPJ, and if we lose this season, we could be losing Max mentally. He could be checked out on the Raiders. Like all that can happen under Pete Carroll's watch. It could go down as and he's already set the record for the oldest mother effer ever to coach in the NFL. It'd ever be hired. Like we like the warning signs were flashing bright red in your face, and you still did it. If he don't make it past this year, bro, worst hire in Raiders history.
I'm saying 4 to 5 wins, 8 ain't a hot take. I mean, before the season started, I mean, this is everybody that's been watching us since the offseason, we've all said that we had low expectations going to the season. And we kept saying, like, damn, we're probably going to go the Raiders probably going to go 7-10. Everyone's like, what? So people were like 8-9, 9-8, the typical, positive.
But they did that with AP. the same thing as, oh, we're going to win 10, 11 games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it is what it is, man. But hopefully all is well, Raid, man. Hopefully we can get you on, man. Hopefully get you on, man. It'll be dope to have you on the show, man, and chop it up. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the Raiders, but you know, it is same old Raiders, man. Same old Raiders. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody pulling up. We about to head out. Great show. Severe.
Time out. I would say this. If Pete Carroll retires, he's like, I'm stepping away from football to spend time with my family. Brady Carroll's gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh my God! But go ahead, and close it out, man. Close it out.
This is Coach says my 6-7 wins was optimistic. Yeah, man.
Yeah, same here. I was the same wavelength as you, Coach. I was like 6 or 7.
Joshua says still not as bad as Urban Meyer to the Jags. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for us. For us,
that was bad. Bro, if the Raiders win like 3 games, bro, like if they win 3 games. Like even me saying I had low expectations going to season, that's lower than my low expectations. I didn't think they were gonna win 3 games. And I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but it's a possibility. Yeah, it could happen. You know, they only won 1 game. They're 1-3. So, but you know, we'll see how it shakes out. Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, IG, TikTok, X, Kick, Twitch, True Social. Everywhere is the Severe Raider. You know, make sure you tap in with your boy, hit the like button and subscribe button. I have a membership. You know, shout out to my guy Ellis once again, being my first official member as far as I know. You know, maybe somebody joined while I wasn't looking, but being my first official member, man. So once I'm like 30 subs away from 1,500. Once I hit 1,500, man, Monday night members only live. So tap in with your boy. It's gonna be madness. It's gonna be madness, man. You know how I get down, and it's gonna be behind closed doors. So no holds barred at that point, man. So you know, make sure y'all tap in.
Yeah, man, we'll be back here later this week around the Shield. We'll have a guest for y'all to break down the Colts-Raiders matchup. If y'all still paying attention to this Raiders season, we'll have someone talking about the Colts and seeing what they have to offer. Obviously, we know if you're a football fan, you're probably paying attention to what the Colts are doing right now. They're like one of the surprise teams in the NFL. Daniel Jones is obviously having a good season, and Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the NFL. But we'll get into that. We'll also have some special guests. So definitely tune in around the Shield this Thursday. Hit the notification bell so be notified when we go live. And then we'll be back here next week, 50-50 show. And yeah, man, also give us a follow on Around the Shield on X and on IG. Trying to grow that platform. And just for any later Raider updates and all that good stuff, man. Everybody pulling up. What we got here?
Yeah, shout out to 49ers Red Zone for pulling up. Obviously, 49ers fan.
Gino gonna be running for his, for sure. Gino's gonna run for his damn life. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it's gonna be looking like. Smoke in the building, man. Hey, man, my guy, man.
Ready to smoke.
SoCal, man. All right, y'all, man. We about to be out of here. We're trying to get out on time, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get out on time because I know we be doing the marathons on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
It'd be
Perry,
crazy.
Perry just got to be younger than Pete Carroll. See, if you're younger than Pete Carroll, you're in there.
Man, facts, man. But we'll be back here later this week, man. This Thursday, Around the Shield, man. Make sure to tune in. All right, y'all. Peace.
Just win, baby.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.